there's going to be a balance that's right for you, and it's going to be a different balance than anyone else. In other words, as a starfish becomes well, it's still a starfish, and starfish are not the same as giraffes, and just never will be more like a giraffe. Or like, put it this way, like, I was lucky enough to be in an herb class with a student who really was like an ox. I mean, the guy was an ox. He was steadfast and solid, and when he went wrong the way an ox goes wrong. And when he was really on, he was on the way an ox is on. And his fire was a kind of an ox's fire. And his water was an ox's water. And his earth was an ox's kind of earth. And his metal was an ox's kind of metal. You know, etc. And there was this other guy in the class with these narrow, like these beautiful, narrow, sloping shoulders and this upright, he was a great blue heron. And you're in the presence of a great blue heron. And this great blue heron, when he was having trouble, it was as a great blue heron would have trouble. He had the ox never had issues with molting. It just doesn't occur. It doesn't happen. You know, so he would have those issues. And when he was in his health, he was in a great blue heron's kind of health. And the metal element of great blue heron, and he was a very metally person, it's not the same as the noble metal of an ox. They both have metal. And the fire of a great blue heron, it's just not the same as the chuckling fire of the ox. So we all have all 5 of the elements. And we have them in our full complement, but we have them in our style. And Geoffrey Wen describes it in terms of the triple heater moving the jing up from Ming Men into the shoe points, and distributing that jing unevenly. It's not an even distribution, but it's a balance that's right for us, for our organism. That's my understanding. What I most consider important is to be looking at each person as somebody who has an incomparable health. What I know about the 5 elements gives me some general clues. If I see somebody screaming a lot and having messed up fingernails and eating nothing except pickles and gin, then I have this idea that there's an activist in there somewhere. Or, you know, if they're all they wear is like, you know, pierced whatever and black things with chains, and they look as though they're at their own funeral, then I think that there's a tremendous aesthete whose connection to higher meaning beyond the transient. So there's clues to somebody's nature, and I'm grateful for the clues, but it always comes down to, wow, what are you? And what would you look like in your complete excellence? Totally as yourself. And following, and so in order to figure that out, I'm like, well, what's bothering you? Because the trouble we get into is really indicative of what we get into. It's what we notice. It's what stuck. It's what we didn't get over because we needed to work with it. I knew this woman who was one of 6 siblings, metal constitution, whose primary trauma in childhood was that her father used to beat her in front of church every Sunday, and everybody saw her going by, and the shame of it was tremendous. None of her other siblings particularly remembers this, even though it happened to them too. The wood one just remembered the stuff that wasn't fair, and the water one just remembered that they never felt safe. And so there are clues to your magnificence in what's bothering you. And so we use them. Always making sure that we don't really know. And because of that feeling that, well, there's more here than I know yet, or that fits in the box. And that all of these element stuff and all these herbs are just things that give us an idea of a good question to ask, to start to catch a glimpse of what somebody's up to. That's the way I like it. Because then I get to fall in love with everybody.